Holy jumping. Welcome back, guys. Look at me finally back out flying my drone, and it's been a minute since I've actually gone for a flight. As I've been so busy with my little project car that some of you may have saw on my channel. But today has nothing to do with that, except for the fact that I was out buying the muffler for it. But anyhow, I saw an abandoned factory, and so I was like, oh, that looks pretty abandoned. Let me pull up the road there. So then I come up the road and I was like, oh shit, look, there's an abandoned house. So I'm checking out the abandoned house, and then there's like another abandoned house, and then like all kinds of weird shit. So anyway, this is in Oakville, Ontario. And yeah, this house is pretty messed up. I didn't have time to really go in just because I had other shit going on today. So all we get is a quick little fly around, but no harm in coming around, seeing what's good. And yeah, so when I was flying, it looked like the pool is filled in, but yeah, I think that it might not even be a pool. I don't know. When I was flying, I was thinking it's a pool. Like it looks like a pool, but probably they filled it in. Yeah, one day, hopefully, I will go back and actually check out some of these abandoned houses, like on foot. And if I do, I'll make some videos. But if by any chance anyone watching this already like knows of some video of this, well, then you can save me the trouble and I'll just watch someone else's video. But yeah, so this house, I'm not sure if this is like all one property, like that's one house, and then this is a separate thing back here. Let's get a better look at this. Nah, this is just a garage. Never mind. This is like a garage, maybe with, put the teenager up above the garage or something like that. A lot of garbage everywhere. And it's kind of weird. Like, so my guess is somebody's bought the land around this area for something. This definitely does not look like it's newly abandoned. Looks like it's been like this for a bit of time. Although the lawn looks like it's fairly well maintained. And when I say that, like it's clearly not all overgrown everywhere. So like obviously last year, something it's spring here. So last year somebody's been cutting the grass. And then we got this big factory thing here. I don't know, looks like a launch pad or something like that. It looks like shit's being taken apart here. So I don't know if this is being like decommissioned or maybe like there's vehicles there. So maybe this is perfectly up and running. I don't know. But this here I'm going to go check out is the abandoned factory that first caught my eye. And I know from here it doesn't look like it's really abandoned. But when you drive by on Lakeshore Road, which is that road that we're looking at, you can clearly see that it is. Yeah, like it's all jacked up and shit. So anyway, what do we got here? We got a lot of tanker trucks or something. Yeah, tankers. This is like some kind of an oil filling thing for ships and stuff. And before anyone wonders, I'll just say that no, that tower does not cause me interference. I've flown down here before. Never had an issue. And I'll give you a heads up. This is right behind like the Ford Canada like assembly plant. At some point, I'm going to plan on going and doing a little flight tour around that as well. So here's kind of more of a perspective of what you see from the road. You see the windows are like boarded up and stuff. So I'm not even sure what this factory was for, or if there's access to get in and tour around or not. But I don't know. I'm not saying I'm going to go in there, but I'm not saying I'm not. You know what I mean? However, once again, if somebody's got a link to some footage or whatever, saves me the trouble. Generally speaking, if somebody else already has footage or something, then it's not really worth my hassle or risk going into a property. So anyway, now we're going to cruise back along here. Don't worry, we still got more stuff to do. And then right at the end here, when we get to the end of the video, I was actually going to fly and I changed my mind, or land, and then I've decided to fly some more and check something out quickly. So stay tuned for that. So here I am parked in here in front of the next abandoned house. And at first I wasn't sure in the very, very beginning if it was abandoned. Then I realized, oh yeah, it definitely is. and it's a nice piece of property, like good size. Like it's kind of in an industrial area, so I guess it's not going to be for everyone. But same thing though. You've got the house with like a separate. I don't know if there's garage. I didn't pay attention enough if there's like garage doors on the front of this or not. So I used a little zoom in effect here, obviously using the DJI Mini 2, which by the way, I'll take this point to say I still love this drone. Rock solid, great video quality. You know, obviously it's not going to be as good as the Mavic Pro or Air or you know any of that, but I mean for what it is, I love it. I love it. It's great. I don't have any complaints. It's you know it meets or exceeds my expectations. So anyway, all right. So now we're gonna look around, and at one point I was kind of looking because basically some of the movie trucks we do a lot. There's a lot of movie production in the area, often in like you know Oakville, Burlington, Hamilton. Hamilton has a lot of filming. Anyway, they park the Cine, whatever the hell, trucks out here for the film crew and whatever. Um, so I was looking to see if any of the cool vehicles from from shooting or whatever was going to be there because a few weeks ago down in Hamilton I saw a Gotham police car. So clearly they're filming either Batman or Joker or something with Gotham. So that was kind of cool to see. I didn't have a chance. It was on a Main Street in Hamilton or King Street, whatever. I guess it was Main Street. Anyway, I didn't have a chance to pull off and film it. Like when I drove by though, I was like, shit, if I could have you know pulled and got the drone and kind of flew over or something. But anyway, so now we're looking around at what could be like homeless encampments or just a bunch of junk in the woods. Um, but like I was looking around, although if a homeless person builds a home, are they homeless? Hmm, not really sure because if they build themselves a little tiny home, even if it's a shed or whatever, technically they have a home. So I'll have to talk to my buddy Homeless Tony, get his take on it. But anyway, this little forest while I was flying around, it just kind of it's reminds me of up in northern Ontario. I don't know why, just something about it, the way the trees were or something. All right, let's keep cruising along, see what other shit we can get into over here. A lot of junk everywhere. But I remember as a kid, I used to go hang out in Scarborough. There's all these factories along the train tracks, and that was like one of my favorite pastimes. Me and my buddies, mostly my buddy Gerald and I, we go down there and just like screw around. Best thing I'll tell you a little story was there was a dollar store that opened up in the Malvern Town Center back in like 1988 or some shit. And anyway, we waited and waited in line and wanted to be the first customer. So when the store opened for the grand opening, we ran in and they had like a little switchblade knife on the counter for $1, right? And so that was the first thing I thought of, and I was like 8 or 9 years old or 10 maybe, I don't know, whatever the hell I was. Anyway, they let me buy that knife. So we went behind those factories that I spoke of, and there's always like transport trucks, like some of them smashed up and stuff. Anyway, transport truck there, I pull out my knife and I'm like, oh, I'm slashing the tire. So full force, I take my hand and I slam that blade into the tire. Problem is, that blade doesn't go into the tire, it goes into my finger. And to this day, I still have this big scar on my finger from where that blade closed on my hand. And then like it was spewing out blood everywhere. And then a guy in a factory like helped me bandage it up or whatever. Anyway, I know that story's got nothing to do with the video, but yeah. Anyway, now I got a scar on my hand, so that's that. And I learned not to trust dollar store switchblades. So, yeah, I was thinking this factory, because I was looking at all these, I was thinking maybe they make like cement or something. I'm not really sure, because it looks like a lot of aggregate shit. So also out here, I don't know where exactly it is. So maybe this is part of the lands that were designated to some kind of failed gas plants or some shit that were like the government spent a lot of money on or something like that, and then something didn't happen. So I know they acquired a bunch of land for that, and maybe this is part of it. I'm not really sure, but tell you one thing, this may look like kind of a gangster ghetto area or whatever, but just like a hop, skip, jump, and a throw down the road here is Oakville, and you've got like big, huge, multi-million dollar mansions. Like, I think the McCormick place is like $130 million or something. I don't know, whatever it is. I got a video on my channel flying down past some of those mansions. Yeah, I went for a cruise down Lakeshore and checking it out. Which, by the way, so I was saying I was fixing up my car. Some of my drone people may not really pay attention to my car videos, but fixing up a little MG and a little convertible. Got it all painted up. Going to be on the road soon, hopefully. And when I do that, then maybe I'll go and do some adventure rides and, like, you know, make some videos driving around in the car, bring the drone, get some, you know, aerial. And there's where I was zooming in. I was just seeing if those were anything for like a film set or something like that. Not that I was trying to spy on people's shit or anything, but sometimes curiosity gets the best of me. It's just like a storage lot, so nothing exciting. All right. Now, what are we? We're going to be getting close to me to make my little bonus flight here. I'm just going to take a sip of water. I'm getting parched. All right. So, back over to this house, and I'm like, ah, shit, well, that's enough flying. I'm going to come in and come for a landing. So let's go ahead and do that. Oh, man, I wish this damn drone worked with Lychee. I keep checking for updates. I don't know if you guys don't know what Lychee is. I do have a video on my channel showing it. I'm way too lazy to put in like a link or something like that, but you're more than welcome to go look for it. Anyhow, it turns like DJI drones into so that you can use them with goggles, like regular goggles that you slide your phone into so you can fly. Really awesome experience. And I used to work on my Mavic Pro and got rid of that a long time ago, obviously, because of all the laws and rules around it and shit. And so anyway, I keep checking for the updates because flying with those is really awesome, and it makes it really easy to see stuff like power lines and things like that because the display's right in your face. You're not getting glare and all that. Oh, so there you go. I was like, oh, I'm going to land. And then I was like, oh, look at this big cement wang standing up over here. Let's go check this out. That factory thing on the kind of the top right of the screen there. I got some footage there a few years ago as well. So that's on my channel. Once again, way too lazy to put a link. But yeah, this is like a full-on industrial area, which I'm also one day gonna be doing some more industrial flying around in Hamilton, Ontario, because there's so much industrial there and like scrap yards and all kinds of shit to fly around. So I don't know. It just, to me, it's kind of interesting to fly around that stuff. So at some point it's going to happen. And now we're going to look in the tip just like this. I'm going to see what's going on in there. I'll tell you right now, it was tempting to drop down more, but I opted not to. And instead, we're just going to go ahead and hit the zoom button. And there we go. Right into the hole. And yeah, I don't know what they do in there, but listen, my my memory card filled up on the drone, so that's pretty much it. I appreciate you guys watching and hope you'll subscribe to see more adventures. See you next time.